Viewers, Ibrahim Kalin, who is the spokesperson of Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan, he gave an interview to CNN Turk, a television channel, today, Thursday, when I'm recording this video. And in this interview, he mentioned some very important things. And some analysts are saying that his interview shows that Turkey has shifted its position on Sirte and Al Jufra offensives and the offensive to take control of whole of Libya, as was said by different Turkish officials in the recent days. Now, what did he say in that interview? And does it indicate a shift in the position of Turkey regarding this offensive for Sirte and Al Jufra and other parts of eastern Libya? Viewers, Ibrahim Kalin said that Haftar forces must withdraw from Sirte and Al Jufra for ceasefire. He did not speak about Turkey's intention and GNA's intention to take control of whole of Libya. He said that Haftar forces must withdraw from Sirte and Al Jufra for ceasefire. If you remember, viewers, Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan, he has said that Turkey and GNA, especially GNA, must be in control of oil-rich areas before the start of negotiations. Now, it is not only Sirte which is oil-rich. Oil-rich areas are to the east of Sirte and to the west of Al Jufra. So, even if GNA and Turkey take control of Sirte and Al Jufra, it does not mean they are in control of oil-rich areas. Oil Crescent is to the east of Sirte. Then Al-Sharara, Al-Fil, Marzak district, they are to the west of Al Jufra. So taking control of Al Jufra and Sirte does not mean that GNA is in control of oil-rich areas, all of oil-rich areas. But two places are very important strategically, no doubt about that. So it seems, viewers, that there is this slight shift in Turkey and GNA's point of view, Turkey's and GNA's stance regarding ceasefire talks. If you remember, viewers, just 3 days ago, I uploaded a video on my channel. This video has title Egypt will intervene in Libya if Turkey crossed red lines of Sirte and Al Jufra. In that video, my regular viewers, they must have watched it. In that video, I informed you that Turkey and GNA, they are shifting their position a little, and they are speaking about this withdrawal of Haftar forces from Sirte and Al Jufra. And if this withdrawal takes place, even if this withdrawal is partial, we might see start of negotiations. But back then, I informed you that it is not a stated official position of Turkey. I was waiting for the official position of Turkey. Now this interview, the statement of the spokesperson of Tayyip Erdogan, now it is official position of Turkey and GNA that if LNA Haftar forces they retreat from Sirte and Al Jufra, ceasefire might come into force. What does it indicate, viewers? Is it due to mounting pressure upon Turkey that it has shifted its position and now it is talking about ceasefire only in case of Sirte and Al Jufra withdrawal of LNA forces? Or Turkey was never sincere for Sirte and Al Jufra, but it was just putting pressure upon LNA? Well, it was two possibilities. I'll discuss both of them. First possibility is that Turkey never wanted to go deeper into eastern Libya. It just wanted to put pressure upon LNA before the start of negotiations. Yes, it wanted control of Sirte and Al Jufra, but it wanted to take control of these two places without fighting. It was just putting pressure upon LNA, and it is doing the same now. It wants LNA to withdraw from Sirte and Al Jufra. It does not want to launch any offensive for Sirte and Al Jufra. It is just putting pressure upon them before the start of negotiations. This is a first scenario. Now, second scenario, viewers, is that when Wagner fighters they withdrew from Tripoli, and it was reportedly Russians who had given this guarantee to LNA fighters to withdraw as well, because according to LNA, Russians had given them this guarantee that if they withdrew from Tripoli, Trhona, and Bani Walid, there might be ceasefire and they'll have talks with Turkey. Whether Turkey was on board or not, it is another question. But Russians gave this guarantee to LNA that if they withdrew from Tripoli, Trhona, and Bani Walid, there could be ceasefire between LNA and GNA. But right after the withdrawal of LNA from Tripoli, Trhona, and Bani Walid, we saw launching of this offensive from GNA side for Sirte. But immediately Russians were involved. Russian fighter jets, they carried out airstrikes. GNA had to suffer heavy losses. They withdrew. And since then, we have been seeing this preparation from Turkey and GNA side for this restart of offensive for Sirte and Al Jufra. So this second scenario is that Turkey wanted to take control of Sirte and Al Jufra. It wanted to go deeper into eastern Libya. It wanted to take control of Oil Crescent, oil-rich areas, as was said by Erdogan, Turkish president. But Russians, they reminded them of their commitment that they should not go beyond Sirte. They should not come close to Sirte as well. So whenever Turkey tried to launch this offensive for Sirte, Russians were there. Their MiG-29, their Sukhoi were flown in. And Russia and Turkish drones, they basically became just dysfunctional because Russian fighter jets, they were there all the time. So this is the second scenario. In other words, if you ask me, let me give you my analysis. I think Turkey came in Libya to back GNA. Turkey never came here to take on Egypt. Turkey never came here to take on Russia. Turkey came here just to back GNA, just to prop up the government of GNA, and to secure its agreements with the government of Haydar Sarraj, its maritime deal, its digging ambitions. So Turkey would not like to be part of any large-scale war in Libya. That is why Turkey is taking its time. It's going very slowly. And now when it sees that countries are uniting against it, Egypt is building up its military presence along Libya-Egypt border. Egypt might intervene directly, and this speaker of Libyan HOR, he is Aguila Saleh, he is now clearly saying that if Turkey, GNA crossed Sirte Al Jufra red lines, Libyan HOR will request Egyptian military to directly intervene in Libya. So now I think Turkey and GNA know that yes, Egypt will intervene. Russians won't stay silent. That is why now they are looking for something in between. They are suggesting this solution, I think, that we don't want to go deeper into eastern Libya. We don't want to go into Oil Crescent areas. Just Al Jufra and Sirte. Give us these two places, then we'll sit for the talks. Now, what will be the response of LNA and Russia and Egypt as well, viewers? That remains to be seen, but I think, viewers, they will not agree to such a solution that whole of Sirte and Al Jufra be given to Turkey. We might see Turkey coming close to Sirte. Some parts of Sirte might be under control of Turkey and GNA before the start of negotiations. But Al Jufra is very vital for them, viewers, because if Al Jufra is taken by Turkey and GNA, whole of Fezzan area, southern Libya, they can be taken by GNA. That is why I think they will not agree to giving this Al Jufra airbase to Turkey. Yes, Turkey might come close to Sirte, but I see the statement of Ibrahim Kalin, spokesperson of Tayyip Erdogan. I think it's an indication towards a breakthrough.